Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
So, can you tell us about your journey into writing magical cozy mysteries?
Sure. So I knew that I was going to try to be a published author. It was just a matter of what genre I was going to start with first. Actually write in a lot of different genres. And at the time that I decided that I wanted to get published, I was just reading a lot of cozy mysteries at that time, and I really loved the genre. And at this time I was reading like Bailey Kate's Bakery series,
Love
and
that.
Ellery Adams' Charmed Pie Shop.
Mhm.
Like those are the ones that really kind of resonated with me. And so I just like that idea of like magic and fantasy. And every time I would read those, it would make me want to write one myself, like with my own special spin on it or something. So that's kind of I just decided, I'm going to write one. So then I had to kind of figure out like what to do that is unique to me, but also different, because I wanted to do something different. And also in terms of getting published, you want to do something that's like a little fresh. And so I had planned on doing like kitchen witches.
Mhm.
And it was one of those rare times in publishing when they weren't looking for culinary cozies, which is really like an evergreen kind of like genre. And
Yeah.
so I was like, okay. And so I had married into a Polish American family, and my mother-in-law was always like feeding me and giving me lots of like Polish desserts and stuff like that. So I really was like, I want to put Polish food in this. Like, I got to figure it out. And that's why I wanted to do like I was gonna do like Polish kitchen witches. They had like a bakery and whatever. There's like magic in the food, and but I'm really glad that it didn't work out, because I went back to studying Polish culture and history, and I found the mermaid the mermaid of Warsaw, and I had never heard of her, of that myth. And I was just like, oh my god, like immediately just like fascinated with like I just never heard about this mermaid. And how is it this whole town, this whole city, has like statues of her everywhere, and like she's just like a huge part of their culture. And when I write, I always kind of like start with like a question, which is, for this one, it was just like, what if she had been a real person? And it's like, well, she would have descendants. And so, well, where would they live? And obviously they live by the water, right? And I lived at this time. We lived in an area near Wilmington, North Carolina, and they actually had a large Polish community there. And I was like, okay, they would live near this area, like, so I made kind of like a fictional area, and just kind of create this history, whatever. And then I just kind of like spun it out, and I was like, and they'd probably have like magical powers, and they would be water based. I just kind of like took it to its natural like conclusion, and but that's how I kind of came up with the concept.
Yeah, that's really great. And I don't think I have read another like magical cozy that has mermaids. And mermaids are so fantastical that like I'm really enjoying the series. Um I love mermaids. I think The Little Mermaid was my first Disney movie ever that I
Yeah.
saw in the movie theaters. Okay, so you talked a little bit about like where you're setting and everything, but what inspired you to blend the elements of cozy mystery with the supernatural themes? Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of like what I was saying, those were the cozy mysteries with fantasy were the ones that really kind of just stuck with me. I just really liked them, and they were the ones that really made me want to write something with magic. And I don't even know if I even try. Like I mean, there's some cozies that don't have magic that I like the Wine Country mysteries, which are set in the
Mhm.
Virginia Wine Country. Is like one of my favorite series. There's no magic whatsoever. And I mean, I don't even remember if I tried to write one or come up with a concept that didn't have it, because I just like magic and fantasy. Like I just like those. My other book, An Intrigue of Witches, which is like cozy adjacent, was
Mhm.
supposed to have no magic whatsoever. It's called An Intrigue of Witches, but there's supposed to be nothing. This was going to be
Yeah.
my no magic, no like just whatever, and it ended up having it. Like I
Yeah.
literally I wrote it in it, and I was like, I think that's just my thing.
And it's a great thing. I love magic. And I read a lot of different cozies as well, a lot of non supernatural paranormal cozies. Um, but and especially with this podcast, I think magical cozies are definitely my favorite. Aside from the the cozy elements that you find, throughout any of those books, the magic just makes it even cozier,
Cozier.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
That's the thing too. It's like it's super cozy, but it has to be a certain kind of magic, but
Yeah,
like slightly enchanted, and you know what I mean? Like you can
exactly.
whisper into the food and whatever. Like I just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the real subtle,
Yeah.
subtle magic. So, how do you approach world building in your cozy mystery series and make it believable? I know you said in this series the town is fictitious, but sort of based on an area that is real. So, um, yeah, how do you bring those elements to make it all believable?
Right. I try to make even like my challenge to myself is to write about magic or,
Hmm.
paranormal or either sci-fi and make it as real as possible.
Hmm.
That's always my challenge to myself because that's what I like to read. Like as a reader, I don't like high fantasy, or I
Okay.
don't like sci-fi this like on Mars, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it has to be very
Right.
very subtle. So that's what I like to read. And I always write what I want to read. Um and so when I try to I don't know, I just try to base everything in in like real history or
Hmm.
like real places and just like lots I blend like you will be surprised at the things that are actually true in my books, because I'm blending magic and fantasy and sometimes like the entry of which is there's a little bit of sci-fi. There's so much
Hmm.
of that mixed in that you would be surprised to know, oh, that's actually real.
Yeah.
Like the the water-based powers that the Sobieski family has in the Enchanted Bay Mystery series, it's they're all based on like real abilities that the sea creatures have.
Mm.
For example, in this, I think it's in the first book. Like they have like electric based powers, like an
Hmm.
electric eel. And it's because there are sea creatures that can sting you with
Yeah.
with a with a bolt of energy. So that's a power that they have. There are dolphins that can communicate. There are creatures that are telepathy that have kind of a natural telepathy and things like that. So I tried to make everything just like as real as possible.
That is really smart. That is
Yeah,
really smart because there is real magic out
yeah,
there. Just
yeah.
taking that and sort of, that's really great. So, what advice would you give to an aspiring author who is interested in writing paranormal cozies?
um, Assuming that they understand how to like write a novel, just the whole like the foundations of being like a good writer.
Hmm.
Read in the genre, like read a lot of, and if you want to be traditionally published, then read traditionally published. If you want to be indie published or self-published, then read because they're so slightly different in how they are in what you can and can't do in them. So pick whatever you want to do and just like read very widely in that genre, and so that you understand what the book is supposed to deliver. And I actually teach. I have in the past. I have taught some cozy mystery writing classes,
Cool.
and they weren't actually like how to write, but it was like how to write to the genre, and
Yeah,
it was like a listing of like all the different elements that a cozy mystery has, and like how with the even down to like the kind of like the transportation that they're gonna have. How do you put the food into a cozy? Look at the cast of characters, like all those kind of things that we expect as a reader. Um, so I would say to read a lot until you feel like you got it. Because after you've read like a couple, you're gonna see similarities. It's just those expectations that we want. It's kind of like when you watch a Hallmark movie and there's a familiarity there, and some people are like, well, it's always the same. And it's like, yeah, we want
that's
that
why we
same.
watch it. Yeah,
Literally, that's what we want. So it's the same thing with the cozy mystery. You have to kind of deliver those same things. So you should just like read a lot and then start writing and practice.
yeah, yeah. Because that's we're pretty vigilant. Us readers, we'll know if something is missing.
Right.
So, what is your definition of magic?
My definition of magic is, I would say, advanced technologies, whether it's a device or of the mind that we don't
Mhm.
understand yet.
Oh, that's great. That is a unique answer
Yeah,
from
and
what I've heard so far.
yeah, and it's one that, and so I don't explore that really in the Enchanted Bay Mystery series, but my other series, Secret Society Mysteries, it was designed to be different. I actually really want to do something completely different, but it has magical. It has like fantasy. There's people have magical abilities in it, but they're
Mhm.
in this series, they know the like the science backed reasons why they have it. Like there's like for everything that a person can do, there's a reason. Like
Mm.
either like there's like a a government contractor that knows how to replicate it, and it's actually based on real research that I found.
Oh
For
wow.
like for example, we talk about telepathy as being kind of like a paranormal type thing, but there are neural links or brain chips and things like that that are being developed that will be able to allow people to be telepathic with other people who have that chip.
Wow.
So, yeah,
That's
so it's like,
crazy.
so it's like almost everything that we consider magic can be replicated with science, and like that's a true fact. And so I explore that a lot in my other series. Yeah,
That's
but I
amazing.
find it fascinating. I just find it very
That is
interesting.
fascinating. I'm like, I need to start. So for those watching, here is the first book of the Cozy series, and then here is The Intrigue of Witches,
Yeah.
which now I'm gonna like start reading that tonight because that sounds very interesting. All
It,
right, if you could have a magical power or ability, what would it be and why?
it would be to grant wishes.
Oh, that's great. What is your favorite way to get cozy with a book?
I love to get cozy with a book. So all the normal things, a hot beverage, so either tea or coffee, depending on the time of day, and then cozy, chair or couch, and a blanket, soft fuzzy
Mhm.
blanket, and a candle that is scented that like either it sets the scene, like a beachy or fall or Christmas, like whatever it is, like it has to like have that scent. And maybe a snack that goes with the book. I like to
Nice.
do all that. That's one way, and the other, I like to read in the tub.
Oh,
Yeah, and in that way, it's just a candle and like just something to refresh me. But there's nothing else. It's just that, and then I like to read it in a bed as well. And if I
nice.
read in the bed, then it's just like a candle. Yeah,
If I read in bed, I will end up falling asleep. I don't usually read in bed
yeah.
for that reason, but no, that's great. So, what are you reading right now? Any book recommendations for our listeners, cozy or not?
So I actually have a book that I am reading. It's Paula Sutton's The Potting Shed Murders.
Oh,
She's an Instagrammer, and she's in
okay.
England. She lives in England. She's married to like a nobleman, and she has like a beautiful house. I think it's called Hill House, and she just shows like her life. It's like, and she's just got like hundreds of thousands of followers. So she just came out with the second book just came out this week, and so
Oh,
and
wow.
I've had this. I bought it just to be supportive, and I haven't, and I was like, I need to read it because the second book just came out. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm currently reading. And I also do audiobooks. So I'm listening to Murder in an Italian Village
Mm,
by Michael Falco. And that one is, and so neither of these are magical, And I actually just got back into reading cozy mysteries. I kind of got burned out on them
mhm.
because I had I had read so many over the course of like just the last couple of years, like, and that was more about wanting to network with other writers and like do events. And I had to, like, for me, I have to always read their book to make sure it's a good fit and
Yeah.
I like it and I can promote it. And I think so. I was doing a lot of reading. So like so I just got burned out on it and was reading other stuff. But I've just now getting back to like wanting to read cozy mysteries. And that actually comes from, I've been watching a lot of cozy mysteries on TV.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't look at a lot of TV, but when I do, it's usually I'm a huge Hallmark fan.
Yeah.
So I look
Same.
at all the Hallmark mysteries, and there's like a couple. There's a new one called The Art Detectives.
Hmm.
I think it's on Acorn, which is really
Mm,
good. So I'm watching some of this. So it's kind of getting me back into like wanting to like read cozy mysteries again.
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And do you have any new projects that you'd like to share or promote?
Yeah. So A Brew for Chaos. It's got the arcs. So pretty.
It's very
Um,
pretty.
Yeah, and I love this one because it's set in the fall, and the challenge was like, how do we do like underwater? like the ocean, and so they were like, "Can we put pumpkins in the water?" I was like, maybe that will work, and it works. Like I was just, when I saw it, I was like, "Y'all, you did it!" Like that's
Yeah.
great. So that comes out September 2nd, and just about to start touring for that one, doing a lot of like fun like mermaid themed like events and that kind of. And I'm also gonna be I'm very into that series is set in a herbal apothecary, so I'm
Mhm.
also going to be doing some events at herbal apothecaries talking about herbs and things like that, which is really fun.
Very fun.
And let's see, I just started. So I'm on Instagram a lot, and I have always done like intermittent like food postings. Like
Mhm.
I would just do like in the fall, I would like bake a pie, and so and some like just whatever, just like random stuff. And that, but I just started doing kind of like food vlogging, like
Mhm.
videos of like restaurants and like that kind of stuff. So actually, I'm like I really enjoy this, but I don't know if I want to always do this on my author page. So I created a new author account, and it's
Okay.
like I have like almost 9,000 on my author account. But my new one's it's got like 7 right now. It's totally new, like super brand new. Like I started like last week.
Oh, nice.
So that's like a new thing, but it's Due South Foodie. And that's where I'm going to be putting a lot of like my food content. So if anyone likes food, and it's kind of appropriate because I put a lot of food in my books. Yeah. There's a lot of Polish and Southern food in the Enchanted Bay Mysteries. And the Intrigue of Witches series, there's a grandmother for the main character, and she's always cooking like Southern food. It's set in North Carolina as
Yeah,
well. So I love food, and it's so hopefully it will make sense to my viewers, like why I'm also showing food. So,
sure.
so there's that.
I mean, who doesn't love food?
Yeah.
And how can our listeners find you?
Okay, my website is esmeaddison.com, and I also have a newsletter that you can find, you can subscribe to on that page. And then I am, as I just mentioned, I am Esme Addison author on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, um, and it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, but I have to say I'm only really using Instagram right now, so that's the best place.
Great. And we will have all of those links in the show notes for people to click directly to. Well, thank you so much, Esme, for talking with us
Mhm.
today. And I will see you in October.
Okay, that's great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Have a good one.
Okay, you too.
Thanks.